Hey guys, just to remind you, the day of the road test, many people forget that they take a lesson before. So when they get in front of the inspector, they just kind of put their seatbelts on and then they look at the inspector freaking out. Set up the mirrors again. Set up all of the mirrors. Now, some of these mirrors don't operate if the car is not on. So the first thing you do when you get in the car is you put on your seatbelt. You pull it out wide. Pull it by here, so this way it gives you that. Don't do this. I see people doing the craziest things with these seatbelts. Just pull it out wide, loose, click it in, and then maybe tug on it a little bit and let it be. You could even still move the seat because the seat is attached to the buckle, and the buckle rolls with the seat. It doesn't strangle you. Now, the next thing you're going to want to do is ask the inspector if you can start the car. Now, many times you get out of the car after you hand over your paperwork, they say to you, get in the car, start it up, and get ready. Now, although you have permission, you're not sure sometimes. People freak out. And I've heard students get in trouble for starting it before the inspector told them. So each individual inspector might have a little different way. So to clarify that and to make sure that you have permission is you're going to ask him, hey, is it okay if I start the car? And he's going to most likely tell you, go for it. You step on the brake because many cars can't start without the brake. And then you turn the key. The first turn in a car with a key is just for the power. So sometimes the fan goes on, you guys think the car started. No, that's just power. And then when you push it forward, where it almost has a spring effect, you're gonna hear a gear sound, like a clicking or a whine sound, and then you're gonna hear the car kind of start up. So when you hear the change in that sound, you could let go of the key. You don't have to physically turn it, you just let it go. And then the car is running and you could probably feel it at that point. Once the car starts up, many people, because they already took a lesson, their mirrors are already set up, so they don't really do anything but panic. I would suggest going back into the characteristic of setting it up. It shows the inspector that you took a bunch of lessons, and you understand what he wants to kind of feel comfortable. He wants to see it. And can you imagine? Everybody goes to the road test with a lesson. So I would imagine they don't see people set up anymore. And I think it's just a good character for you to do it anyway. So now that my mirrors are reset and I'm comfortable where I am and I went over everything, I'm going to tell the inspector, I'm ready when you are. And then I just kind of sit there and chill. Try not to think of anything. When the inspector says, let's get out of here, I would like you to remember this system of shift, turn, blinker, look, and move. Many people, when they start to learn to drive, they do a lot of looking. People tell them to exaggerate their looking, which I'm going to make I have another video in my video selection about blind spots. You may want to check that out. So exaggerating your look sounds like a great advice, and it works if you just do it to cheat. But then many people don't look after that. When they get home and they get their license, they stop looking because they don't have an inspector in the car anymore. I'm going to let you know, looking over your shoulder is not for the road test. Looking over your shoulder, if you think about it, where are you parking every night? In front of your home? Who are the people you're not going to exaggerate to look for anymore? Your neighbors? Do you like your neighbors? Now, even if you didn't, do you think you should back up and hit them and pay off their mortgage? Now, imagine living 30 years next to somebody you just hit. Now, imagine going to school and backing out of a college parking lot using your mirror. You understand? You guys got to make sure you look both ways, make sure nothing's walking behind you, because the mirrors are rear view and they only show you behind you, which is great for the highway, not necessarily for parking, because we need to see people before they're in the mirror. So, shift, turn, blinker, mirror, shoulder, and you pull out. Pick up your speed about 20 miles per hour. Now, some teachers teach to give it gas, some people don't, they let it roll. Depends where you live, if there's hills, if you're stuck with some dirt and leaves on the road, you have to learn how to do all of it. Understand that some teachers teach aggressively. They want you to learn how to go, maybe survive a place like Brooklyn or Manhattan for that matter. But the behavior at the road test still needs to be retarded. You have to retard yourself a bit. You gotta slow it down, and then over there you could wait extra. Let everybody pass you. You get to a stop sign, let the guy pass. You can do it. at the road test. But when you're late for work in the morning and you have to go and there's 30 people at that corner, where are you going to make the decisions? You know, you have to understand that you got to go. So hopefully your teacher is able to teach you a little bit of both, discipline and a little bit of, I want to call that fear work, where you guys are afraid of it, but I got to push, you know, the teacher should push you a little harder to get around those bends and learn how to do it while moving. At the road test, guys, everything is simple. It's shift, turn, blinker, look, pull out. You got a set of rules at the intersection where it might be a stop sign on all way or a red light, green light. You might have nothing there and just turn, watch for pedestrians. You're going to park. You're going to have another intersection. You're going to do a K-turn, and you're going to have maybe 2 or 3 other intersections pulling back around to the road test. The entire road test literally takes 5 to 15 minutes. It is... Honestly, when you know a little bit, it is so easy. And then people go to the easiest locations like Leavenworth and Staten Island. Seaview's pretty easy, but it has some, you need some experience there too because you're switching lanes. But, you know, a lot of people go to these easier locations and still fail, but they don't look in the mirror and say, you know, what am I doing wrong? And they just take another 17 lessons. Again, thanks for your business, but if you want to save some money, you might want to just jot this stuff down so it becomes a memory. Shift, turn, blinker, look, move, pull out, stay safe. Good luck on your road test. Watch the other videos. Have a great day.